All right. We are sort of back. We're here. We made it. Um, we're going to talk a little bit about Baltimore. As you can hear from my voice, I'm not fully back yet, but I figured we needed to check in and say hello and see how everyone was doing, and show you some of the stuff I got, and talk about the show, which was which was a huge success. It was delightful to go out and see people. This is the big yearbook that they did. It's beautiful. It's a hardcover with a big shiny, you know, uh, foil on it, and the logos and all kinds of stuff. And it's just a beautifully designed book. And you can see, if I can get my film too. Hey, Dennis. But yeah, they did. I'm hanging in there. I'm not 100%, but we're doing okay. There's me, page 43. And what people do with the show, it's great, is they take it around and they have all the artists sign their work, and there's just so many wonderful versions of the character that people did. There's David Peterson from Mouse Guard. There's artists I know, there's artists I don't know, but I'll show you the piece that I did. Proof that it exists out in the wild. There it is. There's my work. And then there's the original behind it, which I did not sell. Some people sold theirs. I put a sketch cover that I did in the auction so that there was a piece of art there of mine to go with all the other stuff. And I wasn't the only person that didn't sell their original, but there's the page. There's Undersea Hero. And we'll talk about Undersea Hero tonight. But yeah, I can't show the whole book, but I'm sure you'll be able to order it on their website at some point soon. Pretty cool. Beautiful hardcover book. There's the original. I did pick up some inexpensive artwork there, but it's beautiful. This is actually a daily strip from the Phantom series. This was in 2001. It was inked by Keith Williams, and they just had a big giant stack of them, and the ones with the Phantom in it were more money. I don't have a lot of money to spend on things like this, but I really like this with the big sound effect, and you have the lady with the hat there. And then in panel 3, all these characters with their cool hats and everything. I thought, I just really liked it. In the pile, it spoke to me, and it refers to the ghost, and it's referring to the Phantom. This is a page by Lee Moder from Shinku. And he was just such a great artist. He just recently passed away. And this was actually a gift from a friend of mine. And I just think it's a beautiful page. It's Ron, the writer of the book is Ron Mars, and he actually gave me this page. We've been neighbors at the show, but we've been friends for a while, and it was just really nice of him to do. And I think he knows I'll appreciate it and look at it often. I just loved this panel here, this panel, and you get those full figures creating depth, and then the weight. Stuff to see. Just a beautiful page. One other thing I grabbed, which was a surprise, from Todd DeZago. He was the person who was in charge of doing the panel for Ramona Freighton, just remembering her. They were friends for a long time. And they made these prints to put on display at the panel. And it's a poster that's just mounted on foam core, and I love it. And Todd DeZago gave it to me, and it's just a wonderful Aquaman piece. But everybody knows how much I like Aquaman. I'm hoping to hop on Todd's Random Acts of Comics podcast at some point in the future. We were talking about that. These were a couple of books from Dean Haspiel that I picked up. And Dean actually did a sketch for my wife for our anniversary of Harvey Picards in the other room. But um, yeah, that's what I brought back. I didn't do much shopping because we had lines around the block to see Ben, and by default, us as well. This was the new issue of The Tick that Jeff and I fought so hard to get out. It was, hey Michael, you can hear me. I'm not great, but I'm hanging in there, and I just wanted to talk to everybody and give everybody kind of a rundown. My renewed sense of vigor for finishing Undersea Hero that came from the show, and you know, I had pictures that I posted, like the line to see Ben was wrapped around the building practically. It was all the way through the hallway along the wall and into the other building, into the other giant hall. But this is the new issue, and some of the story is that this was going to be a previous year's Free Comic Book Day issue. It was going to be another convention special, and it was going to be a whole bunch of other things. And NEC was just sitting on it, and Jeff and I took it on ourselves to put it out. Like, and when we say that, we were the ones that that paid the freight. We put out this book. I wanted the really excellent. The sketch cover stock is top notch. You're not going to find better, and we made it happen. Tom at the Quincy store was instrumental in everything happening. Working with Ben at the show was great. He was just gracious with his fans and everything. But yeah, we'll talk more. And it was just nice to get out there and see people and talk about comics and make things happen. And everyone was so nice. I definitely have a renewed sense of wanting to finish everything and get it done. And was working on projects for a long time. It can be a grind, and we'll just take one of these sketch covers and we'll do a sketch on it, and I don't know, we'll raffle it off or something. We'll just pick somebody out of the comments, like a random comment number generator, and send it to somebody. So this I did tons of sketches while I was there. I did not get pictures of everything, unfortunately. Of course, it's blurry as I'm starting. Is that better? That's better. Okay, people can see it. And we're just going to have fun and do a quick sketch of a tick bust. Like, it's something that I can do without taxing me too much. I do get tired still, and I still have you can hear in my voice, I still have a little bit of junk I'm dealing with from my bout with COVID. And I'm not surprised, I had done, I was used my abundance of caution. I was fully vaccinated and boosted and everything, but when you're meeting, we met thousands of people, and that's not an exaggeration. Like, we definitely had probably the busiest booth at the show, with the possible exception of Walt Simonson. Ben's line, we had to cap it every day. He signed for 2 hours each day, and he stayed late every day, but it still was just like waves of people. And we did everything we could to try to make it so as many people would get a chance to see him, and he was just sketching for free, Part of the luxury of being a successful TV producer after you leave comics. Is you can just do what you want, do what you feel like. But he was extraordinarily kind, and I can't tell you how cool it was to see so many people bring tick stuff out and share their stories of meeting the character and support the work that Jeff and I did and everything that had gone on, even post Ben. And we got to the show, and I've said this a couple times. We actually had more space than we thought we were going to have. Um, you know, it was really generous of the show to give us that much space. I do think we probably could have snuck in an artist or two if we had known beforehand, because when I looked at the map, it looked like we had one corner table and Ben had a table, but it turned out to be a much bigger space. Some of the cool stuff that we were able to bring with us was some mechanical pages, which were from the Tick's production period. I don't know if I have the one that I bought. I actually bought one. Yeah, I've got it right here. This was the other thing. That was at the booth was a binder of these mechanical pages. And for people who don't know what a mechanical page is, before there was such a thing as Photoshop, they had to literally just copy and cut and paste like things out and glue them down on pieces of paper. And that's what these are. And if you flip it over, you can actually see the backs of what they were cut out from and rearranged and pasted down and put together. And then this would be an ad in a comic book. I bought that one for myself, and we sold, some really cool ones. And we sold some production artwork that was, color separations and things like that. What do we have here? Oh, this is just a photo. This is just a photocopy of the exact same thing that says replace with this page. So yeah, it's a Tick Mart ad, and I saw those in comics from back when I was first picking up the Tick comics. So it's not original artwork as in the terms of like drawings or line art, but it is what was used to produce the comic book. So it is a one of one. It's a unique thing. It's production artwork. But overall, it was a great experience. Being there, hearing people talk about the work and be kind, and it really gave me a boost. I was really struggling. I've been doing a lot of commercial work lately just to pay bills, and to have people tell me that my artwork is good and that they enjoy it was really really wonderful to hear. Um, when you're doing commercial work, you don't interact with generally who the audience is. It's usually just, they get the numbers back as to how many people clicked the QR code on your advertisement or something like that. It's very mundane and banal, the entire experience. So like there's nothing to me, there's very little gratification that comes from that sort of work. It's just, you know, I need it to pay bills. Um, but I just wanted to do one little sketch where, like I said, I'll just pick a random comment with the random number generator, and I'll just mail it to one of you guys. And I didn't want to make that like I didn't want to make people getting a sketch the reason they tuned in. I wanted it to be one of the like people who came in anyway after I hadn't been around 2 weeks. If I could send it to one of you guys, I would be very happy about that. Um, I didn't know going in I hadn't been to Baltimore in 10 years, and I wouldn't have been there this year if it weren't for the efforts of some people. And one of them is Craig Russo. He took it upon himself because he felt that, you know, not just that we're friends, but that if the show was dedicated to the Tick, that they should have the current creative team there. And he made several emails. He went above and beyond anything that I would ever expect even just a friend to do. Um, so I just want to publicly thank him. I thanked him in private and in person, but you know, having it on the record, I think, is good. I hope that I can convince Jeff to hop on one of these, or we can co-publish a paper or something to give the whole background of this book coming to be, because it was tumultuous to say the least, and it was a long road. Like I said, this story had been sitting on the shelf for quite some time. We're not talking months, we're talking years here. And NEC was just sitting on it. So I had like pleaded with them on multiple occasions to, like, if you're not going to do new stuff, can we just get this last one the off the shelf? The work's done. I was proud of it. And even then it was still difficult. But like I said, Jeff and I, we took it upon ourselves and we paid the freight and we paid a steep price. I don't know how far I'll go into discussing that without him around or without running it by him, but you know, I think that Jeff should be commended for everything that he did to help make this happen. And who knows if NEC is going to publish anything ever again? I don't know. So I don't even think we're gonna do any sort of background. So let's try to just get the the bad news that came out of it, obviously, is that I caught COVID, which has not been fun. Excuse me. So we're gonna get in here and just go straight. I'm treating this just like I do any other convention sketch. I'm not gonna go overboard on any of it. I've been hiding out in my studio. I've got an air mattress set up. So that's where I've been living for the past, since I got home. I didn't find out until I think Tuesday that I was positive. Like, I didn't feel any symptoms or anything. So, and then I found out through Eli, actually, that Ben had COVID. And that's when I tested, and that's when I got the nice double line on my tester strip thing. I've had people ask me why I do the more exaggerated tongue for the tick, and it actually comes from sitting next to Ben. He was doing even more crazy exaggerated ones. It was from the year we did this story. I sat next to him at San Diego, and I actually incorporated it into the story because I saw the way he was doing sketches, and I thought this was funny. Like, when they're about to be stepped on, and one tongue, bigger tongue, and then most ridiculous tongue. I just thought that was a funny 3-panel progression. Not reinventing the wheel or anything, but so it looks like we got 3 people that have commented. So one of you 3 will get this sketch cover, and it's the Baltimore Comic Con exclusive that they were flipping on eBay for a couple $100 while we were still at the show. If you check the sold listings. I've really been too sick to even draw. That's been not fun. So I do not have a piece of artwork for Undersea Hero to show as an update, and I'm sorry about that. I will get back on the horse this week. Like I said, I have a renewed sense of, well, just a sense of renewal, which I really needed. I've been dealing with a lot the last, I don't know, 3 years, but last several months especially. But I hadn't done a show at all really, this year. So it was nice to see some of my friends like Campana and a few of the other guys that I missed quite a bit. Sorry, talking's getting me tired, so we're gonna just work our way through this sketch and call it a night. I'm actually looking forward to doing some watercolors on this paper. It's been a long day. I am tired. So you'll forgive if this is a brief sketch session. Hoping to make it, maybe till 8:45. Excuse me. Sorry, but talking makes me tired, so going a little easy on the talking tonight. See if we got our whiteout here. Hold on. Try to use this thing. That's sometimes that works. There we go. Go. Well, I think this is about all we can muster tonight. I'm getting pretty tired. COVID's still messing with my breathing some and making me sweaty a little bit. So, you know, um, We'll go in and we'll finish these antennae, and then we'll call it a night. Once we got to erase. We can at least do that, right? Have some semblance of completion. And then I'm gonna probably just go to sleep. Well, thank you for everybody that popped in, and if everybody comments, there's only four different comments now, so there's a 1 in 4 chance of you winning this here sketch cover, and I'll just mail it to you for free. You'll get a Baltimore exclusive, and you'll get the original sketch on it. So at the show, this would have cost you the price to get in the door, $50 for a bust, and so it'd be, this could be a $75 thing, but it's all said and done. Oh, thank you, Michael. I hope I do recover soon. Last time it took me about 12 days to get over everything, but I got to be honest, that one hit me. This one hit me harder, quicker, but it appears to be leaving quicker. So let's hope that trend continues, even with having to go to work today and tomorrow and Friday. The CDC guidelines, man. Let that dry. Let's give that a minute. You got kind of a quick rundown of things, best as I could muster. It was a fantastic show. The hosts were great. Seeing my friends was great, and it's a show that proved it can be good, and that people actually enjoy my work beyond just my close friends. Even though I need my close friends and I appreciate it, it's still just overwhelming to me at times that silly drawings that I sit in my little studio here doing get to people all over the world. Yeah, I might continue to noodle on it a little bit, but that's probably the best we can do for tonight. So thank you again, everybody, and hopefully next week we're in ship shape to do a new page of Undersea Hero together. And I hope you have a very nice weekend, and that everybody stays healthy and safe. And thank you. Good night.